Okay, so apparently this is gonna make you not want to have kids. Let's see why. Let's check out these top 5 kid freakouts in public.
Number 5. Okay, now I've got to give major props to this woman because she straight up stays way more calm than I ever could, especially when you look at how completely crazy the kid is acting. I mean, he seems more upset and stressed out than like genuinely angry, but that doesn't mean it's not hard to believe the stuff that's coming out of his mouth.
Oh my god.
Seriously, whenever he's not whining or crying about his mom hugging him too tightly, he's screaming that he's literally gonna kill her, and the language he's using isn't exactly kid-friendly.
Don't.
Goddamn.
Whoa.
Jaden, stop!
Oh my god.
Stop hitting me! Jaden,
okay.
stop! Here, stop. Take this. Stop now. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Oh.
You're sitting on the couch. Yes, we are. Stop hitting and kicking.
Oh my goodness. No, this is not okay. I'm first of all, I'm gonna have to say she's being very patient. She's handling this very well. But what I also want to talk about is there could be a bigger picture or a bigger issue that's going on in this situation right here. Maybe this kid faces some challenges, right? Because it can happen and you don't really know. So we can't just glance over that. You know what I mean? Sometimes kids do end up going through that. So we have to look at it, we have to take a step back sometimes, and maybe this kid is struggling in different ways, right? And it could be a psychological thing or a neurological thing. You don't know. So we can't just assume. But off rip, you automatically think, okay, this is not okay. This chid, what is that? That's not a word. Child and kid. This child is going through something that we may not know about. So let's not rush to judgment right away. But if it was any other kid and the kid does not have any issues going on, then you can go ahead and say, okay, this child is wild. This is not okay. So I just wanted to bring that point up.
All right, right here. Fine.
Hey, oh my god.
I'm not doing this all day, buddy. Stop! Then stop hitting me.
Yeah, you gotta stop hitting.
Number 4. Okay, when it comes to bratty kids freaking out just because they don't know any better, there really is no better place than Super Nanny, and this might be one of the most extreme families on the show. I mean, things seem pretty simple at first. The mom just has to take her kids to the supermarket. Easy, right? Well, wrong. Pretty much everything that could go wrong for this poor woman does go wrong, and it's enough to make anyone think twice about going to the store if they see any kids around. Like, things are bad before they even get out of the car. First, they got one of the kids crying and screaming her head off all because of a Care Bear book, and the other 2 are just sitting there looking super stressed out. It gets even worse though, because as soon as they walk in, there's an argument about who's gonna sit in the car, and then when all 3 of them do, all hell breaks loose. I mean, kids are throwing stuff and strangling each other, as well as just straight up running away, and I gotta say, it's pretty hard to watch. With that said, if you were the Super Nanny in this situation, would you let the kids get away with this, or how would you punish them? Let me know in the comments below.
Barbara, you're off to the supermarket now.
Yes, we're gonna go to the supermarket. It's hard to take them to the store by myself because I can't control them.
Yeah.
When we arrived at the supermarket, all 3 girls were arguing who was going to sit in the cart, and it was real troublesome.
We're gonna see if all 3 of you will fit. Let's see if Leah can squeeze in next to you.
Jesse just look around like, why am I even here? Like, why am I even here dealing with this? They're tripping. Let me just chill. Let me walk about and, touch every piece of candy and ask, can I have that? Can I have that? You know how kids usually do it. But I'm just saying, this looks very stressful. It looks very, very stressful. But kids are kids. They're going to be kids. What do you expect?
This is every mother's nightmare. Children playing up in the supermarket where everyone else can watch you.
Don't, Jesse.
Rolling
New paintbrushes.
Hey, Jesse.
Maybe I spoke too soon on Jesse. Jesse's over here throwing stuff. Oh my gosh. Looks like he has no concerns about anything that you have to pay for, potentially, if you break it. My goodness, Jesse.
Jesse, what are you doing, honey? Jesse.
The headlock. Oh no.
It was real troublesome for Barbara. And then Andrew was all over the place, running down all the aisles.
Andra,
Okay, no, no.
Andra?
Now, if the kid is randomly going up between different people, you know, maybe they should not be allowed to walk out. Maybe they should not be able to just walk around freely because they're a nuisance at that point. Like, at what point do you say, okay, you're you're starting to disrupt other people's peace? You're starting to disrupt their shopping experience, and maybe you're making them short circuit. Maybe they end up forgetting something and all that. That's just an example. I'm just saying. But when you really think about it, you can't have that happening if you're going to be in a store, right? You have to be aware of other people and what they go through. And if the I keep wanting to say kid and child, if the kid wants to run around and just disturb everybody, even if they cry, you're gonna have to either put them in the cart or take them to the car or take them back home and then go ahead and handle the things you need to handle because you can't do that. Now, if you don't have anyone to be at home with the kids, then that sucks. Maybe you should have the groceries delivered to you instead. Saves you time, and you don't have to worry about other people being stressed out about kids crying and screaming and running around and just messing with everything, throwing everything in the store.
Andra?
Number 3. So it's normally up to a kid's parent to make them understand the difference between right and wrong, not to mention stop them if they try and do something too crazy. But what happens when the parents are literally nowhere to be found? Like, seriously, I have no idea where this kid's family was when all this went down, but I'm pretty sure they'd be really shocked if they saw the way their kid was acting.
What?
I mean, the first thing we see is cereal boxes and cookies all over the floor, and it's not hard to figure out who's doing it, because they start throwing food at the dude filming pretty much straight away. I mean, they all seem crazy angry as they're just walking around and wrecking whatever they feel like, but the weirdest thing is that nobody else seems to care. Like, sure.
Like, where did you learn this? Like, my parents, or my mom at least, used to be like, yo, we come in the store, you ain't touching nothing. Don't you touch nothing. Don't start begging for a bunch of stuff. Even if you cry, you're not going to get your way. I feel like we need more of that nowadays. But I feel like nowadays parents are a little more constricted on how they actually speak to or how they discipline their children. That's a whole nother story we're not going to get into. But I really do feel like it plays a role in how your kids act in public. Let me know what you think. How would you handle the situation if your kid went through the store and just throwing everything everywhere, touching everything, just messing with everything and everyone and everyone's experience and their peace? Let me know, what would you do? Would you take them to the car? Would you let them cry it out? Would you let them scream and act crazy and just have everybody wondering what the heck is going on with this parent and their child? Let me know in the comments. I really want to hear from you.
People are staring, but nobody's actually trying to stop this kid while they go around destroying the entire store. Now, by the time the kid gets dragged out of the shop by his t-shirt, he's already managed to ruin every display and even sneak into the back room, so I don't think there was even much damage left to do.
Boy, we got a jit going ham in dollar store.
Crazy.
I'm talking about a jit is going ham in dollar store. Believe that. I'm talking about.
What are you
Jit
doing?
is mad. Jit don't got no family.
Man, punishment forever. I'm just saying, you are grounded for life. There's no way you should be able to feel like you could even do something like that.
Jit say fuck this shit.
And then you throwing it at someone?
Definitely. Cereal everywhere. Jit is crazy. We don't know who Jit this is, bro. Jit is just going ham, you feel me? I ain't caught nothing like this in a while. Hey, I'm talking about, bro, like Jit.
What are you doing, dude? And he's just doing no concern. He has zero concerns. So obviously, to a certain extent, someone has allowed him to feel like the world revolves around him. So there's a great chance he might end up being someone who feels like the main character. Or if he doesn't get his way, he's going to cry about everything, which I actually made a video about this main character syndrome. Go ahead and go to the channel right now and check it out. I might even leave it in the description below. Check the description. I'm going to leave it in there, or I might leave it in the pinned comment, because main characters are all around us nowadays, and we have got to stick together because they are trying to take over. It's just
Number 2. Now I know a lot of people who are pretty proud of their Pokemon card collection, but I've gotta admit, I've never seen anyone get as intense about them as this next kid. Like, these two guys are having a hilariously geeky conversation about their own cards while this goes down, but you really want to be watching the kid in the background because what they end up watching is pretty extreme.
Oh no.
Record that, please. Record that, please. I got you. Sorry, stand in the way at least. Like, pretend.
Are you kidding me?
Spoiler, you're such a silly man.
Yo, the way you run that, oh my gosh, dude, how do you have such anger in that little figure? Like, you're a kid. How do you have so much anger? This is disturbing. He looked like he's about to Hulk out. This is baffling. How? Oh. I want it.
Wait, where'd he go?
This dude like, I ain't about to get in his way. And I don't blame you. I do not blame you. For someone to think that if I scream loud enough and I say I want it, this shows you lack the discipline needed. And as parents, you have to do a better job of letting them know you're not always going to get what you want. I don't care what you do. Take it how you want it. I'm just saying, you're not going to get your way, and crying and yelling and making a fool of yourself in public is really not going to get your way. What am I saying? It's really not going to help you get your way. I'm just saying, we need to do a better job of checking this behavior. And still didn't get it. Oh.
Number 1. Now I don't know what's wrong with this kid, like maybe he's had too much sugar or maybe he's just too excited to be at Chuck E. Cheese, but somehow he got away from his parents and managed to ruin literally everybody's day. Like seriously, the amount of chaos this kid manages to cause is pretty hilarious when you realize just how small he is. But I still feel bad for the random group of strangers that end up having to try and take care of him.
You can't do that. What are you doing? Spit on her? He spit on her? What? No. Oh my God. Oh, sometimes you just have to say they're kids. Oh my God. Whoo. Do you think the parents should be charged at that point? Like, is there? I know it sounds unfair, but you're responsible for your child. You are responsible. So if your child is spitting on someone and assaulting them, because that is a form of assault, if they're doing that, can you be held liable? Let me know in the comments, because this is not okay, and something needs to happen. Because if this kid is doing this now, imagine if this behavior goes unchecked as he keeps going older. This is not a good look at all. How would you discipline your kid if they did that? Let me know.